Na o mahua mai ka lā hiki a ka lākou, mai ka hoʻokuʻi a ka hālāwai. Nā o mahua ia ka hina akua, ia ka hina alo, ia ka akau I ka lani. O ki hā I ka lani, o e ka lani, nunulu I ka lani, kāholo I ka lani. Ia nā kula o kou, ka hui mālama I ke ala ulili. E mālama o kou ia mākou. E ulu I ka lani, e ulu I ka honua, e ulu I ka paeaina o Hawaii. E ho mai ka ike, e ho mai ka ikaika, e ho mai ke akamai, e ho mai ka maopopopono, e ho mai ka ike pāpālua, e ho mai ka mana. Mama, uana. When I think of the practice of imu, I think of ʻOhana, I think of community, and really, the ways in which the imu really embodies, I think, a sense of our culture that has continued on through the generations in our communities and places throughout Hawaii that really still continues to hold this sense of ea, this sense of independence, where everything that we need for the imu we can source from our aina. We don't need anything from outside of our place, outside of Hawaii, to make an imu. And to successfully complete an imu, the pohaku, they come from our streams, they come from our shorelines. The wood, they come from right around us. Everything down to the smallest, the kindling, the food that we prepare in it, whether we decide what to put in or not. But really, everything that we need for that imu is right here within our own place. The practice of preparing food, but really the practice of hanai kanaka, the practice of feeding people, feeding each other. And it also does it in a way that's pono for our aina and pono for our bodies. The preparation of the foods is healthy for us and healthy for our aina. We think about different cycles that we go through with everything in the imu. For instance, like now we have a lot of different non-native invasive species that grow on our aina, and one of them here that we have a lot of is ironwood or eucalyptus. And so a lot of times people today, in Hawaii, we use like the kiawe wood for the imu. But for us over here, because we have so much ironwood, we use ironwood. And it's different here and there, in terms of the fire and the heat. But we found a way, we figured out what we need to do, how much we need to put in, how long we need to let it burn and all that to make the food cook exactly as we want it to. And then after that wood is taken from the aina, given that function of being the heat for the imu, and it burns down to the coals, then we're able to then take those coals and put it back in the aina as a way of helping to build soil health in our aina again, and in the form of what we call biochar in a sense. And so it becomes a home for microbes and all of the important things that happen in soil that then help to grow the food again that then we're gonna put in the next imu. ʻAʻole I ʻenaʻena ka imu I ka ʻulei me ka mamane, I ʻenaʻena no I ka laʻolaʻo me ka pulupulu. That the imu doesn't become hot just because of the big logs, the mamane wood, the hard big logs, and the ʻulei. That it really becomes hot because of all the kindling and the little stuff. You need all those different parts of the imu to function correctly and fulfill their kuleana in order for the imu to go correctly and for the food to cook correctly. The kindling needs to burn in order for the bigger logs to burn, and then those logs have an important function to keep the heat for longer, and then those make the pohaku hot that then hold the heat for longer. And then you have the layers of the greenery, the hali'i, the kāmakamaka, that then help have their own function of protecting the food from burning and generating steam. And so everything has its function, its kuleana. And so we talk about that a lot with, especially with the kids that we work with, that it's a good metaphor for our communities, and for our ʻOhana. Everybody has their function, everybody has their kuleana. No matter how big you are, how small you are, no matter where you come from, as long as you know your function, you know your kuleana, and you take it seriously, and you strive to fulfill that kuleana with excellence, and then we all are doing the same, and we fulfilling our own kuleana, like collectively we come together and we're gonna achieve whatever goals we set out for ourselves, you know. And so the imu is one way that, okay, the goal is to cook this food properly, clean. We call it maʻe and maiau. We want everything to be clean and neat, so that the food that's coming into our bodies is the same. It's clean, not only like in a physical sense, but spiritually, everything emotionally. It's all good stuff we're putting in our bodies. There's all these little important lessons in the imu that teach us about what it means to live in a pono way with our environment, with our community, and also to be able to think about you know, sustainability in a sense, in terms of like uplifting the gifts of a community and really understanding kuleana and function.